Scorpio, if you're watching this video, someone has probably hurt you deeply and you're waiting for cosmic justice to strike. Or perhaps you yourself have hurt a Scorpio and are now experiencing strange things happening in your life. Coincidences that don't seem so coincidental, problems that arise out of nowhere, a constant feeling that something is off. Let me tell you something that will chill every cell in your body. There is an invisible force in the universe that specifically protects those born under the sign of Scorpio in a way that protects no other sign. It's not superstition. It's not imagination. It's a cosmic law as real as gravity, as precise as mathematics, as inevitable as death. And in the next few minutes, I'll reveal exactly why hurting a Scorpio is one of the worst decisions anyone can make in this life, and perhaps the next too. Have you ever noticed how people who treat Scorpios badly always end up in inexplicable situations? How their lives begin to fall apart in ways that seem to have their own intelligence? How everything they value begins to unravel precisely in the areas where it hurts the most? This is no coincidence. It's the cosmos reacting to a violation of a universal law that most people don't even know exists. Reason 1. Scorpios are guardians of emotional truth. When you hurt a Scorpio, you're not just hurting an ordinary person. You're attacking someone who has been designated by the universe to be a guardian of emotional authenticity on this planet. Scorpios exist to expose lies, reveal hypocrisies, and force people to confront their shadows. They are human false detectors, and when functioning properly, they maintain collective emotional balance. Therefore, when someone tries to silence, manipulate, or break a Scorpio, they are interfering with a cosmic protection system. It's like trying to break a universal thermostat. The system automatically reacts to restore balance. And this reaction always affects the person who caused the imbalance in ways they could never have anticipated. I knew a woman who cheated on her Scorpio husband after 15 years of marriage. She thought she could hide it, manipulate the situation, and make him seem paranoid if he became suspicious. For months, she managed to maintain the charade. But then strange things started happening. Her lover was fired from his job without explanation. Her car started having undiagnosable mechanical problems. She developed a skin condition no doctor could explain. Until one day, by chance, her cell phone froze while she was talking to her lover, right in front of her husband. Reason 2. Their emotional intensity creates powerful energy fields. Scorpios feel everything with an intensity that borders on the supernatural. This intensity isn't just emotional, it's energetic. When they love, they create energy fields so powerful they can literally transform the lives of those around them. And when they're betrayed or hurt, that same energy transforms into something much darker and more focused. It's as if each Scorpio is an emotional powerhouse. When functioning in harmony, they radiate an energy that heals, transforms, and uplifts everyone around them. But when this powerhouse is sabotaged by someone with malicious intent, the energy doesn't simply disappear, it redirects itself. And the first target of this redirected energy is always the one who caused the harm. Think about radioactivity. Nuclear energy can generate electricity for an entire city or be a devastating, destructive force. Scorpios are similar. Their intense emotional energy can heal entire relationships or become a force of justice that pursues those who have hurt them until balance is restored. Reason 3. They have direct access to the astral plane. Scorpios are born with a natural connection to dimensions most people don't even know exist. They dream of things that later come to pass, sense when someone is lying even without proof, and perceive energies others can't detect. This connection isn't just a psychic ability, it's a direct line to the forces that govern cause and effect in the universe. When you hurt a Scorpio, you're not just creating a situation between the two of you, you're sending ripples through energetic dimensions that will seek ways to rebalance the situation. It's like throwing a stone into a pond. The ripples spread far beyond the initial point of impact. And here's the scariest part. Scorpios don't need to consciously curse anyone. The very pain they feel when betrayed or hurt acts as a beacon for these forces. It's as if the universe has a special alarm system connected directly to every Scorpio's heart. Reason 4, the power of reverse transformation. Scorpios are masters of transformation. They can symbolically die and be reborn stronger dozens of times in a single lifetime. This ability isn't just personal, it extends to the situations and people around them. When someone hurts them, that person inadvertently activates Scorpio's transformative power, but in reverse. Instead of positive transformation and growth, anyone who hurts a Scorpio begins to experience an accelerated deconstruction of everything they consider stable in life. It's as if the universe is saying, "You want to break someone who is an agent of transformation, then let us show you what it truly means to be transformed." Scorpio, I know you're watching this because someone hurt you in a way that still hurts every time you remember it. I know you've wondered if that person will pay for what they did, if life will exact its toll on them in some way, if you're wrong for wanting justice to be served. And I know sometimes you feel guilty for wishing something would happen to the person who hurt you, as if that makes you a bad person. Listen carefully. You're not a bad person for wanting justice. You're not being vengeful because you believe whoever hurt you should face the consequences. This isn't a thirst for revenge. It's your internal justice system working exactly as it should. You were designed to be a channel of cosmic balance, and when that balance is violated, it's natural for you to feel that something needs to be restored. If you recognize your own pain in these words, if you feel like someone finally understands what you've been through and why it affected you so deeply, I need your help with something important. In the comments below, write exactly this: I choose to trust in the justice of the universe. And don't explain what happened, don't give details, just this sentence, because there are thousands of other Scorpios who have been hurt and are watching this video, wondering if they are the only ones still carrying this pain, if they are the only ones who believe there should be consequences for those who deliberately hurt others. Your comment could be the one that empowers another Scorpio to believe that justice truly exists. Please write, I choose to trust in the justice of the universe. Reason 5, collective emotional memory. Scorpios have a unique ability to access not only their own emotional memories, but also the collective memories of betrayal and injustice. When someone hurts them, it doesn't just activate that Scorpio's individual pain. It activates an entire network of accumulated energy from all Scorpios who have been betrayed throughout history. It's as if there were a cosmic library of all the betrayals ever committed against people of this sign, and each new betrayal adds more power to that library. And when karma finally strikes, it comes not only with the force of the current situation, it comes with the accumulated force of all similar injustices that have already occurred. That's why the consequences for those who hurt Scorpios are always so specific and devastating. It's not just the universe reacting to an isolated situation, it's the universe channeling centuries of accumulated justice energy. I once knew a man who left his pregnant Scorpio wife for a younger woman. He thought he'd made the smart choice, that he was trading responsibility for fun. For 2 years, his life seemed perfect. He was happy, the new relationship was everything he wanted, and it felt like the right decision. But then, the wife he abandoned gave birth to a child who grew up to be extraordinary. And as this child grew and excelled, people began to ask about the father. The story of betrayal and abandonment spread. His new wife began to see him differently. She realized that if he could abandon a pregnant woman, he could abandon anyone. The relationship began to crumble. And when she ended it, he tried to return to his first wife, who had already rebuilt herself and become a much better person than when they were together. Reason 6. Scorpions are channels of cosmic transmutation. Scorpio's most frightening power is their ability to transmute negative energy into transformative power. When someone hurts them, That pain doesn't simply dissipate, it's processed, transformed, and redirected back into the world in a way that always ends up hurting the original offender. It's as if each Scorpio is a cosmic energy processor. They take the betrayal, the lies, the cruelty they receive, and transform it into a force of justice that pursues the original source until balance is restored. It's not conscious revenge. It's an automatic function of the Scorpio soul. That's why people who hurt Scorpios often report strange experiences, disturbing dreams about the person they betrayed, a constant feeling of being watched, a series of negative coincidences that seem connected somehow. It's the Scorpio's transmuted energy coming home. Reason 7. The ancestral protection of the shadow guardians. Scorpios are protected by ancient forces that most people can't even fathom. They are the guardians of humanity's collective shadow, those who are unafraid to look at the dark side of human nature and expose it when necessary. Therefore, there are protective entities and energies specifically designated to ensure they can fulfill this role. When someone tries to silence, break, or destroy a Scorpio, they are interfering with this essential cosmic function. And this interference automatically activates protective systems that operate at levels far beyond ordinary human comprehension. This is why cosmic revenge against those who harm Scorpios is always so precise and specific. These are not coincidences or random events. They are surgical interventions by these protective forces designed to neutralize any threat to the work Scorpios came to do on this planet. I saw this happen with a boss who spent years humiliating a Scorpio employee. She did this because she knew the Scorpio was more competent, more respected by clients, and more upstanding in business. For years, she tried to undermine this employee's morale by making her appear incompetent, taking credit for her work, and creating situations that would get her fired. The Scorpio woman never fought back. She never defended herself. She simply absorbed everything silently and continued doing her job as best she could. Until one day, an important client discovered exactly what was happening. And it wasn't by chance. It was a series of coincidences so specific and so improbable that they seemed orchestrated by a higher intelligence. The boss was fired that same day. And not just fired, her professional reputation was destroyed so completely that she could never work in the field again. Meanwhile, the Scorpio woman was promoted to her former boss's position and now runs the entire company. What many people don't understand is that the karma that hits those who hurt Scorpios isn't random or generic. It's specific, personalized, and surgical. It always hits exactly where the person values them most, where they feel safest, where they believe they could never be touched. If someone betrays a Scorpio for money, karma will strike in the form of inexplicable financial losses. If someone abandons a Scorpio out of vanity, karma will attack their appearance or social status. If someone lies to a Scorpio to maintain power, karma will dismantle that power in a public and humiliating way. It's as if the universe carefully studied the person who caused the harm and created a tailor-made punishment, designed not only to restore balance, but to teach a lesson so profound that they would never consider hurting another Scorpio again. And here's the fascinating thing. The more a person tries to escape the consequences, the more they intensify. It's like quicksand. The more you fight it, the deeper you sink. The only way to lessen the impact of Scorpio karma is to fully acknowledge the damage done, genuinely apologize, and do everything in your power to repair what was broken. But even so, some consequences are irreversible. Some lessons must be learned the hard way. And some people must bear the scars of their choices, so they never forget what it means to violate the trust of someone who was appointed by the cosmos to be a guardian of truth. What impresses me most about the mechanics of Scorpio karma is its quiet precision. Scorpios rarely need to do anything for justice to be served. They simply move on with their lives, process their pain internally, transmute negative energy into growth, and trust that the universe will take care of the rest. And the universe always takes care of things. Always. It may take days, months, years, but the bill always comes due. And when it does, it's with accumulated interest from all the suffering caused, multiplied by the cosmic importance of the role Scorpios play in maintaining planetary emotional balance. So, if you've already hurt a Scorpio, the only smart thing to do is acknowledge it, seek genuine reparations, and hope that you can still lessen the impact of what's coming. Because ignoring or minimizing what was done only adds fuel to the already lit cosmic fire. And if you're the Scorpio who's been hurt, know that you don't need to do anything other than trust the process. Your pain isn't invisible to the universe. Your injustice isn't lost on the forces that govern cause and effect, and your healing doesn't depend on revenge. It depends on you allowing those forces to do their work while you focus on rebuilding yourself stronger than you were before. Most powerful of all, while karma is doing its silent work on those who have hurt you, you as a Scorpio have access to something even more valuable: the power to completely transmute your own experience of pain into wisdom, strength, and personal magnetism. Every betrayal you survive makes you more capable of detecting falsehood. Every lie you uncover makes you more adept at recognizing truth. Every abandonment you overcome makes you more selective about who you allow into your life. And every injustice you process connects you more deeply with the cosmic forces of protection that have always been by your side. This is why Scorpios who have experienced profound betrayal often become the most magnetic, wisest, and most powerful people in their communities. Not despite what they've been through, but because of it. Pain has been transformed into power. Injustice has been converted into wisdom. Betrayal has been transmuted into discernment. And when this happens completely, you not only become impossible to be hurt in the same way again, you become a beacon for others going through similar situations. Your very existence becomes proof that it is possible to survive the worst that humans can do to each other and come out the other side not only intact, but transformed into something more powerful. With all this cosmic power of protection also comes a responsibility. Scorpios cannot use their connection to the forces of justice frivolously or selfishly. They were designed to be agents of balance, not of personal vengeance. The difference is crucial. When a Scorpio processes their pain healthily and allows karma to do its work naturally, the consequences for those who hurt them are educational and restorative. But when a Scorpio feeds on the desire for revenge and tries to consciously manipulate these forces, the consequences can backfire on them as well. It's a sacred responsibility to be a channel of cosmic justice, and the wisest Scorpios learn to distinguish between allowing justice to flow through them naturally and trying to control or direct that justice for personal gain. If you've made it this far, you already understand that hurting a Scorpio isn't just morally wrong, it's cosmically dangerous. And if you're a Scorpio who's been hurt, you now understand that your pain isn't invisible, your justice hasn't been forgotten, and your protection is far more powerful than you ever imagined. The universe has a special protection system for those who have been designated to be guardians of emotional truth. And this system never fails. It may seem slow at times, it may seem like it's not working, but it's always working, always processing, always calculating, always preparing the perfect response that will restore balance and teach the lessons that need to be learned. Your only responsibility is to trust the process your own pain in a healthy way, and continue to be a guardian of emotional authenticity in this world that so desperately needs people like you. Karma doesn't need your help to work, but the world needs your light to keep shining, even after everything you've been through. This is a Scorpio's true victory, not revenge, but transmutation. Not the destruction of the enemy, but the construction of a stronger version of yourself. And when it fully happens, you discover that the people who hurt you weren't your greatest enemies. They were your greatest teachers in disguise, forcing you to discover powers you may never have known you had. If you fully understood this message, if you felt that every word spoke directly to your soul, if you recognized your own experience being validated and honored, then join this community of Scorpios who trust in cosmic justice instead of seeking personal revenge. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because in the next videos, I'll teach you exactly how to accelerate your personal transmutation process, how to recognize when karma is working in your favor, and how to use your experience of pain to become magnetic to people who have never hurt you. And most importantly, I'll show you how trusting the cosmic process of justice allows you to focus on what truly matters, becoming the most powerful and authentic version of yourself. Because that's the sweetest revenge of all, living so well that those who hurt you realize exactly what they lost when they chose to betray you. Comment, "I choose to trust the justice of the universe," if you are ready to let go of the need to control karma and allow it to work even more powerfully in your life.